chow down chow or random gaming, depending
So
on
for
what you're
now, I'm
watching.
going to transition into Lewis v. Oleinik. A very fantastic card. I thought it was very, very enjoyable. Um, First of all, Benil Dariush. My goodness. His finish over Drakkar Klose was one of the greatest things I have ever seen. Okay, it's on par with Lewis Volkov. It was hype. It was so hype. It was insane, right? So, I mean, and for him to just come out and finish another really, really durable lightweight in Scott Holtzman with a spinning back fist. But Neil Dariush is ready to make a big move. You give him someone with a big name, okay? You give him someone in that top 10, top 15 who's ready to make a big move, okay? He's ready. Give him someone like a Kevin Lee. Give him someone like a I'm trying to think, man, like a Paul Felder. Give him someone like who else is ready to be making that move? I mean, yeah, Drew Dolber would be a nice fight. Charles Oliveira, Diego Faella. There's a bunch of good fights for a heavy-handed grappling specialist like Benil Dariush. I can't wait to see what the future holds for him. And I mean, I don't know what happened. He used to brawl just a little bit, but now he's turning it up to a full level where he's leaving opponents unconscious in the cage, man. And I'm really enjoying this new version of Benil Dariush. And I hope he stays on track and knocks more people out so that we can see a real knockout artist at 155 because I think we're sort of missing that, right? We're sort of missing a knockout artist at lightweight. So we got Habibs, we got the Poiriers, we got the brawlers and the wrestlers. I mean, we're missing a real knockout artist. And if Benil Dariush can really turn it on, first of all, I always thought the best prototype in MMA is someone who you cannot mess with on the ground. And that's Benil Dariush, but he can still knock you out on the feet. That's the perfect prototype of an MMA fighter to me. Someone you don't want to mess with on the feet, but you don't want to take him down. Not necessarily a great wrestler, but if you take him down, he'll put you in a world of trouble with grappling and his jiu-jitsu. And that's Benil Dariush right there. So can't wait to see him. I can't say how hyped I am for Benil Dariush to come back to that lightweight division and really make a splash. A lot of great matchups there. Now, as for the other fights, I mean, Chris Weidman versus Omari Akhmedov, damn, that was such a stressful fight. I really wanted Chris to win. At some points, I was like, Chris, don't get your hands so low, man. You're going to get caught some big shots. You're going to get knocked out again. And I really don't want to see him get knocked out again. I really feel for him, an ex-champion who doesn't really get the respect that he deserves. Glad to see him pull out the win. He really had to dig deep in that third round. So glad to see the All-American back. And a lot of people have been saying a Luke Rockhold fight. I think that would be good for throwback value. If not, give him someone like a Shabazian or someone like a Brunson, someone like a Marvin Vittori, someone who's in that top 15, who's hungry, who needs a big name, and we'll watch. We'll see how much Chris legitimately have left in his gas tank, because the fight with Akhmedov looked a little bit slow, a little bit labored to me, and he gassed out pretty quickly. Wyman was able to show that he was still really dangerous on the ground, hunting submissions, controlling with ground and pound. So, vintage performance by Weidman. Really glad he finally got that W. That would really help him with confidence. Now he knows, like, he wouldn't just get knocked out. Like, before this fight, he probably went in saying, oh, if he touches me, I'll go out. Like, that's how bad my chin is. But now he's finally got that confidence in him. He's got that swagger of winning again, of the ex-champion. That opens a lot of doors for Chris Weidman. And maybe he opens a lot of doors for his chin, for his confidence, man. And if you look at the people who have been knocking him out, he's fighting beasts at middleweight, man. So, put him back in there with someone with a little bit less name value, and we'll see how the ex-champion fares. A couple wins, again, dude, maybe Chris Weidman will be pine for another main event with a top 5 opponent. Who knows, man? So, Good win for Chris. I feel happy for him. We'll see how it goes from here, man. Really, really feel good about that win. It's like a feel good story. It's like a story that ends with a good ending. Damn, I can't tell you how many times during that fight I was like, Chris, get your hands up. You're gonna get knocked out. You're gonna get knocked out, Chris. But he never did. So good for him. Anyways, all right. Now moving on to the main event. Now the main event is Derek Lewis versus Alexei Oleinik. Now this fight was a very traditional striker v grappler matchup, right? So, you know, striker v grappler, and the first round was all Alexei Oleinik's wheelhouse. It was he got him in that scarfold choke where he has been tapping people since age 8, probably in the mountains of Russia somewhere. So he got him in that scarfold choke. He was really, really putting his back into it. And if you heard the post-fight interview, Derek Lewis was saying how like legitimately he can't breathe. So it was good for him to tough that one out. And to be honest, Alexei Oleinik probably burned his own arms out trying to get the choke because he was really, really grimacing and really, really trying so hard to get that choke in, you know? So, well, besides from that, that was probably when Derek Lewis realized he shouldn't mess with him on the ground. Like, you don't want to go into a ground game with Alexei Oleinik. That's just bad. A bad move on your part, right? So, Derek Lewis switched up the stance, switched up the game plan, went into a uber aggressive stand-up mode where, that's where his best work has come from. Derek Lewis sort of like he's always very timid at first. He's timid, and then he explodes. And in those little short explosions, he hits incredibly hard. And when he catches you, you're basically done, right? So in the second round, came out with a flying knee, connected with the right hand with some hellacious ground and pound that knocked Alexei Oleinik out. It was a TKO, but Alexei was out. He was bouncing around on the canvas like a pinball. So he was out. Black Beast, got the win. It was a fair matchup. Like right when Alexei Oleinik beat Verdum, I said, you know what, pair him up with Derek Lewis. They're two heavyweight dudes. We'll see if Alexei Oleinik can make the necessary progression up the rankings. But now, it's starting to seem to me like Alexei Oleinik is just one of those dudes. He's like a Derek Brunson. He'll always be like top 10, but he would never make that next step. As for Derek Lewis, though, you match him up with Curtis Blades, hey, the winner of that could be right in line for the title right after Francis Ngannou. So we'll have to see how that fight turns out. I would love to see Lewis Curtis Blades. It's another very similar matchup, grappler versus striker. But the thing about Curtis Blades is, though, he'll take Derek Lewis down for the entirety of 5 rounds and grind out a victory. That's what I legitimately think. And that's what he did to Alexander Volkov. I think he'll do it again to Derek Lewis. And what do you do now? You know what? You match up Volkov and Oleinik. I don't think they fought before. Match them up, man. Loser versus loser, winner versus winner. Lewis Blades, Oleinik, Volkov. And I can't wait to see Lewis Blades. I think it's a very fantastic matchup. And if Derek Lewis can keep his promise and move down a little bit in weight and keep working on his grappling, that opens up a whole new avenue for him, man. Like, if he could handle Curtis Blades wrestling and knock him out, bro, we have a contender right there, all right? But I still think it's without the doubt that Francis Ngannou gets the next title shot, all right? Congratulations, you've made it through the video. Now, go subscribe to all the links down below, comment, and hit that like button, and I will see you all in the next one.